You are a yummy ripe banana. Welcome back, friends. We are here to moggle the non-believers once again. President Pump, a few hours ago, said this kind of hilarious comment. He said, the US dollar value will go way up, stronger than before. Now, when you see that, new people, God bless your hearts, they had a bit of a panic attack. They go, no. That means bear market. What is he talking about, sir? Please. This is the thing, friends. This is the thing, okay? Trump is a vibes-based president, okay? So he's got his yes men where they come up to him and they say, the market is recognizing your brilliance, Mr. Trump. And so when you're dealing with this vibes-based president, this is amazing, friends. It's pretty much, it might just be a longer version of Kiss the Ring. Come and kiss the ring, everybody. Look, I've seen this before. I don't know why, friends. As soon as I saw this, my brain just remembered the last time President Pump spoke about the US dollar. I don't know why. It's been buried in the back of my brain somewhere. It's just one comment. So this is the US dollar going down. Now, remember, friends, his vibes-based yes men. They're like, Mr. President, fantastic brilliance, Mr. President, right? Trump, he's not on charts like you and me. He doesn't have a trading view account where he's just checking it every day, right? So he just has these old dudes. They check the market and they go, Mr. Trump, the market is rallying today, Mr. Trump. Well done. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it. So what's the news right now? The news is the US dollar's going down, okay? And he wants it to go down. But this is the thing. Down usually means weak. Like he's not a markets guy. So this thing going down, he's like, oh, but it's US, anything with the US dollar attached, he's like, oh, it's not good that this thing goes down, right? But communicating to the world, he's saying, I want it strong. It's gonna be strong before. But what he's talking about is the dominance. Because everyone in the media is saying, oh, the dollar's going down, the dollar's going down. No, bro, you want the dollar to go down. In fact, that's what you did last presidency, and then everything boomed. Now, I remember this one comment he made. It's like, he spoke about the US dollar. It was his last presidency. He said, he goes, I want the dollar strong. And then he goes, but I want it fair. He goes, I want it like very, very strong. And I also want it competitive. So he's basically saying, I want it up and I want it down. I want to be hungry and not hungry. I want to sleep and not sleep. I want to be pregnant and not pregnant. I want it to be black and I want it to be white. Right? So they're just words, friends. They're just words. It's posturing. He's a vibes-based president. It's a vibes-based president, friends. Yeah, welcome. This is exactly what his first term was like, by the way. It's kind of funny as well, Mr. Blockscribe. What's the ticker in the image, Sami? Fart, sir. Fart. It's on Pulse Chain, the fart coin. The OG fart coin, if you will. So, to remind you of what happened last time, man, this is just crazy. Aren't you glad I can update you with this, like, this cool stuff? This is actually happening. Like, he said the same thing last time, friends. You know that? If I put on his weekly chart, look, we have Trump's last presidency. So he comes in. So firstly, the dollar goes up. This is Trump winning, yeah. The US dollar goes up. Then he comes in. He does the tariff war stuff. He did tariffs in his first presidency. And the US dollar went down. We had old season wave 1. And yes, that's right. It went down further. We had old season wave 2. That's wild, yeah. That's crazy. That's the first time. So I wonder if it's going to happen again. You know something interesting, friends? Just to check it out. I'm just going to show this in a very non-racist way. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa. 6 red monthly candles for the Dixie. And then we had 2 here and then 3 down. Yeah. Do you know what's wild, friends? Now that I go back and check, you know, altcoins had 6 green months against Bitcoin. And then they had 2 red and they had 3 green, just like this. So where are we right now? We've had 3. I know, but you might even count this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know it doesn't. I know it's like hey, where's the pumping? It might come later. Might come later. But at least it's on the path, right? That's what we want to see. And the US dollar must keep going down for our friendship to continue. Because you got to remember, right? Everyone in the world, friends, they have US dollar-based debts. So if the dollar's weakening, it's better for them, right? Because their own local currency is stronger. It's like if you have $1 million of debt in US dollars and the US dollar became 5% cheaper, okay, you've basically got like a $50,000 cut off your debt. And it could be represented here, right? You know, Trump comes in, like if you drop 5%, see how amazing that is if it goes to 98. Imagine the US dollar goes down to like 94. That's 10% debt reduction. You know, so that's very powerful. That's a big stimulus boost for the economy. That's why it's vital it goes through. I also wanted to show you this. I'll play some angel music because it's crypto VC funding. Since 2021, this thing has literally just cratered to zero. It's just been dead. Literally dead. Crypto VC funding. But you're not surprised, right? It's based off the business cycle. So, you know, I was watching a macro show when I got this, and they're talking about this part, and I'm like, bro, you come to Somi for the highest value content in crypto. That VC stuff, because everyone's got their own explanation, where pretty much the people presenting the information, they literally said, that's never coming back. And I'm thinking, man, that sounds way too bearish. That's never coming back. Like, come on, man. It's a function of this, dude. Look when it peaked. Crypto VC stuff peaked here. It's been dead ever since. You see? You see that, friends? It's been dead ever since. Look, it's funny. It came back down. Look at that. There was a surge of optimism when Trump got in. See this delay part? Trump, surge of optimism. So people, they started to put stuff in. And if you go back and you actually check that chart, you see, like, even when Trump gets in, friends, look at this. See that? We had this business ISM surge of optimism. So things expected to get better, came back down. Remember, 29 months down. Yeah, this is once multiple decades, man. Once in 40 years. Yeah, because we never even got ISM 52. So it's literally so damp, so low. It's never been this bad before for this low. It has gone on longer. I mean, like, it went to like 39 months in periods before. It has had 39 months. And we are on, if you look at this garbage, we're on month 29. So, like, you never know, man. We might even go to like 32, 33. When are we going to get above ISM 52? I hope it's soon. But it's not going to be ISM goes up and then we start moving up. No. It's going to be one in sync with Ethereum and all the other prices we're looking. Ethereum is still cratering down to zero. It's like, bro, look, if you're just going to, just go to zero, you piece of shit. You scammed everybody. Everyone's just so disappointed. But once again, we have to be responsible adults here, friends, who tweak their own nipples and who wear Pokemon hats. It's not Ethereum's fault, man. It's the business cycle, okay? It is what it is. Yeah, we got once in 45-year bad event. You want to blame it on anything? Blame it on the cloud that gave us the 1 in 45-year event thing that happened now. So it's not actually Ethereum and drinking soy and they're too slow to update. It's only 30 cents for a swap now, okay? But then, obviously, when we say these, people also bring it back to Solana. And they go, hey, but Sol's doing fine. Sol's got adoption. Sol's doing that. The thing is, man, I can pick any unicorn, any cherry out and make it look so ripe. I can pick. There's always going to be one. Always, friends. Like, friends, you need a recession, for example. I think cigarette sales and alcohol goes up. I think during that time. In a recession, something like goes up. So imagine you're like, hey, look at this. There's a bull market in alcohol. Look at this, you idiot. Why are you in anything else? You should be long alcohol stocks. You should be long cigarettes. You know what I mean? Like, if you just cherry pick something, oh, there's a unicorn. Imagine like they make some new swamp ass flavored cigarette, which just becomes like a hit sensation in the next recession. Like, hey, look at this. And then you like study them. What was their marketing? What do they do? You know what I mean? You cherry picking stuff. Now, it's not to take away from the greats of everything, but you can't repeat this. Okay, but everyone thinks you can repeat it. That's how everyone gets trapped again. That's how every cycle goes. And I'm talking about 150 years of cycles, by the way. Stonk market. This is Paulie Boo Atkins. right? Paulie Boo fans, look at him. He's got a cheeky smile. You know, he's like, I'm going to pump your bags, bro. Thank you, Paulie. So Paulie Boo Atkins, friends, he is the new SEC chairman. And Donald Pump literally instructed him. They say, hey, touch a microphone, lighter. Lighter. I said lighter. Light touch regulation. That's how soft and light touchy he wants crypto folks. So it's like everything's set in stone for us to succeed, friends. Everything. Let me show you this as well. Look at the trade war, friends. This is Donald Pump's trade war. Look at this. He did this back in his first term as well. Trade war. And then we went down. And then Fed had to cut rates and continue here. And look, we've come down again. So, interesting. Very interesting. You know, I initially thought the trade war was 2017, but it's like it's repeating again. Things of the same things are repeating, bro. Oh man, it's kind of cool. Now, during these times, friends, macro and everything, like we can't do anything, but we're like, oh, let's keep an eye on stuff. It's funny. Like, hey, let's just go keep an eye on something. Yeah, but it could be going cratering down to zero. Nothing else really. Nothing else we can pretty much change in this direction. This is the daily chart of Bitcoin. Okay, doesn't tell us much just looking at this. Everyone's like, oh, the structure. There's structure. Look at this. There's structure here. Look at this structure. Wow, look at all this structure. Wow, look at all that market structure. So if the structure holds, if Bitcoin goes up to 130,000, the structure has held. Oh, and if Bitcoin goes down to minus $100, minus $7,000, the structure failed. So you can tell I've got a bit of a pet peeve when it comes to just people who talk shit out of their ass like that all day. Because they don't tell anything new, friends. They literally don't tell you anything new. They go, okay, the traffic light is currently red. When 7 of these things turn green, the traffic light will now be green. That's what they're basically doing. They're describing stuff out here, bro. Take the bet. We want to see you take the bet, bro. Take the bet. Put your balls on the line if you have any. You don't have any because you drink a lot of soy, okay? Take the bet and get in. That's what we want to see. If you don't want to do it, they're frauds. That's why. They're frauds. Take the bet. And by the way, sitting in stable coins already $1 is also taking a bet. And don't you worry, we will remind you when you are cucked in the future about that. So with Ethereum's monthly chart, nothing else we can really do, friends. I want to show you something as well. If I go and show you this Bitcoin price chart, I think blockchain backer pretty much has Bitcoin going to this fib. And then he believes it's literally all over. Like one more push-up. Man, look, it can happen, all right? I want to show you how maybe it happens, maybe. If I go to the business ISM cycle, it is possible, right? It goes up to like 52 to 55, and then it comes back down to 50. And that's the crash. And then it actually goes back later on. That's very possible, friends. I just want to show you it has done things like that before. You see 52 up here. I can actually go back to previous cycles. Look at this. So in 2002, see, it comes back up, 52. Then it jings you back down. If I go back to like the 1980s right here, this might be another, where it is here. Another period here. We have, you come back up, 55, 58, and then it comes back down. Okay. So once again, comes again to this story of if you're flipping a coin, don't know what the hell's going to happen next. You're just praying for a better tomorrow. Let me know what you think about that. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you in the next one.